wake up and let the weirdness begin. It's the KVJ Show to start your morning. Kevin is the host, and his skin pigment is whiter than Casper the Ghost. Virginia sounds like this. Nickname Vicious Beast, so don't get her pissed. It's Jason, talks like a spaz, and they love to talk about Bigfoot and stats. So get ready, here we go. You're listening to 97.9 with the KVJ Show.
Hello, what is going on? Welcome to the KVJ Show. Happy Thursday. Good to see everybody here.
Happy Thursday.
Another day of big winnings today. Very excited about this. Going to be doubling up paychecks again today. Need some free money? It's easy. You just listen for your name. Coming up at 9 a.m. It's that simple. When we call us back in 10 minutes, and we'll double your paycheck up to $1,000.
Bam.
Bam. Just that easy. Today is Veterans Day as well. Happy Veterans Day. No, a lot of kids are going to be off from school today.
Yes.
It's kind of awesome, huh?
So awesome.
Yeah, that was really cool.
I don't remember Veterans Day being on a Thursday before. Do you?
Yeah. It's on whatever day would be the 11th.
Okay.
So it'll rotate. Could be on a Tuesday. Could be on a Wednesday.
Huh.
It's Veterans Day, and it's Dennys' birthday.
That's right, it is.
Oh, no. Okay.
That's right.
He's so upset you brought that. He's like me. We hate our birthdays.
Aww.
He likes flying under the radar, huh?
But
I like to do things like special and make somebody feel special on their birthday. And, man, my day got punched in the throat yesterday, so I didn't even bring him a cake or anything. I feel terrible, Dennys. Can we celebrate this weekend?
yeah, we're weekend warriors anyway.
Amen.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want some breakfast this morning?
No, I don't want to go that way. Unless you're talking about having, like, fireball shots.
Oh, man.
Jeez.
It's way too early for fireball shots.
Wow. Okay. That's a way to do it. Well, for the veterans today, there's a lot of discounts that are going to be out there. Dunkin's giving out a free donut
That's cool.
to our veterans, so take advantage. You need to go out today and collect all your freebies. Starbucks is doing a free small hot coffee.
Nice.
Krispy Kreme is a donut and a coffee. You also have veterans deals at Dennys, IHOP, Texas Roadhouse, Buffalo Wild Wings, Hooters, Chili's, Olive Garden, Applebee's, California Pizza Kitchen. So if any of those places are great for you and you're a veteran, today is your day.
Beautiful.
You reminded me, there's a new Olive Garden that opened up in my hometown of Palm Beach Gardens. That's very exciting.
Okay.
Get that deal you're talking about.
Well, go find a veteran and sponge off of their deals. Yeah, that's all the cool stuff you get to do today on Veterans Day.
It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. Virginia, take it away, because you know we need that Dirt of the Day.
Well, here comes some lawsuits. It looks like the chief electrician on that movie Rust with Alec Baldwin is now suing the movie and Alec and the people that were in charge of the guns, claiming that their negligence caused severe emotional distress. He was there, and the bullet that hit two people on set actually zoomed right by him as well, and he had to deal with the fact that he could have died and is now shook and wants to say, look, you cannot do this again. The scene didn't even call for him to be shooting that gun, so why was he shooting that gun? And yeah, it's just a mess.
It is a mess. I heard more excerpts from the district attorney in the county where the shooting happened. They have done this interview with ABC, and yeah, there are other people that are popping off as well, saying the thing with the not shooting, they don't believe the whole thing where they're saying someone else came in and tampered with it. So,
oh my,
yeah.
People, experts, I should say, PR experts are saying Alec Baldwin's doing everything the wrong way. He's going on Twitter, he's talking, he's saying too much stuff, and the public perception's not good.
Really?
Yeah, that's what I just read.
Okay. All right.
Either way, this is going to take years to figure all out. So this is probably going to be something that everybody on this crew and this set will deal with for a couple of years to come. Paul Rudd is talking about the honor that he was graced with. He is now the People magazine's sexiest man alive. How does that feel, Paul?
The first thing that I thought of, get ready for outrage. I mean, I'm going to lean into it hard. I'm going to own this. I'm not going to try and, just, he's all self-modest. I'm getting business cards made. But all of my friends will destroy me, and I expect them to. and that's why they're my friends. It's gonna change a lot. I'm hoping now that I finally get invited to some of these sexy dinners with, Clooney and Pitt and B. Jordan. And I figure I'll probably be on a lot more yachts. I'm excited to expand my yachting life.
All right, maybe you shouldn't have talked.
He's doing shit. He's being funny.
Yeah, I like Paul Rudd.
Come on. You don't like that? Sexy's been on.
I'm just kidding. I like my sexy men to stay quiet.
Yeah.
And finally here, this is a funny collaboration. Black Label Bacon has just announced a partnership with Coolio, and together they are going to be bringing out a limited edition holiday item that I am here for it. Bacon scented wrapping paper for the holidays.
That's fun.
Okay.
That is so fun.
Why not?
It'll be something you have to register for, and it'll be a gift. So it's like a contest, and they're going to be donating a bunch of money to the Salvation Army for the holidays, and they just want everybody to go there and at their Black Label Bacon Hormel Foods website, sign up for the free wrapping paper that's bacon scented. And that's what's going on in your dirt.
What are you thinking about? What are you thinking about? What's on your mind? Are you thinking about? What are you thinking about?
What do you think about today, Jay Bird?
So I got really bad allergies today. I was around a cat for a little bit yesterday, which there's certain cats for whatever reason they get me bad. And yesterday I must have brought some of the fur home with me or something.
Did you sit in somebody's house that had a cat?
I did.
Yeah, and if you touch any of the sofas or any of the fabrics in their house and you touch your face, you're done.
Yeah, but I had a question. So here, I have really bad allergies, and during commercial break, I had asked Virginia if she had an allergy pill that I could borrow or have. Now, if you got that allergy pill as a prescribed thing from a doctor.
It's not.
But let's say you did, because I'm sure they make allergy pills where you get it from a doctor, right? They prescribe it to you?
I think most of your Claritin, Allegra, Zyrtec, Zysol, all that stuff is now over the counter.
Okay, then never mind. My question doesn't make any sense.
I mean, there's stuff that you can squirt up your nose, like Flonase and all that too.
Well, I guess my question would be this. If you borrow or take medication from somebody that doesn't get you high, but it is prescribed from a doctor, do you still get in trouble with the law if they catch you?
I think so. Technically, you're not supposed to share medication.
Ralston's got heart meds. He gives me one.
Because we give him heart palpitations.
Yes.
Well, I'm doing a scenario. He gives me a heart med. A flat top cop sees him give it to me. Does Ralston go down?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I mean, I think they look at the schedule of the narcotic, and there's levels where, pain pills are not the same as allergy pills. Now, if it was a narcotic that was like an opioid or something, maybe they would look at it different.
Okay, so if you get high, you are done. If Kevin's just giving me heart pills, give them to me if he's got them. All right, thank you. Virginia's kind of like a lawyer.
She's on it.
And you can tell I didn't sleep because I believe every word she just said. And I bet you anybody she's wrong.
She just tells you an answer, you go along with it.
It felt good, but I back up with no knowledge.
If a lawyer is listening, is Virginia at all right?
Ever.
Tiffany was saying pretty much what they zone in on is the controlled substance, and that wouldn't be considered a controlled substance.
Yeah, Claritin is pretty loose.
Benign.
What are you in prison for? Oh, man, I was selling Claritin.
Zyrtec.
Yeah. What's on your mind today, Virginia?
Well, today, Magnolia is taking a little trip. She's off from school today. And then, so tomorrow, I guess she worked ahead and did all her schoolwork. And so her little boyfriend and his mom are taking her over to the Bahamas for a little extended weekend. So she'll be gone till coming back Sunday. And I'm a little nervous, whenever your kid goes on a trip without you, you get butterflies and nervous. So I'm nervous about that. But I think while she's gone, I might try to do some fun stuff to her bedroom. like fix up some of her furniture situation, add a little coffee table, a little end table, a little dresser.
Okay.
And surprise her when she comes back.
Oh, that's nice.
And maybe sprinkle a little house party. I don't know.
Welcome home.
Yeah.
I love it.
What I got on my mind here today, I was reading this commentary on the classic movie Forrest Gump. And I realized this is something that I also felt that I've really tried to figure out in my own mind. And I've had problems with this. But I was afraid to speak out because I thought that people might come down on me because I know people love Forrest Gump. And I didn't want to ruin the movie for them. So I apologize to anyone out there who I might ruin the movie Forrest Gump for. But we got to get honest here. Because I really think that Jenny, the beloved of Forrest Gump, might actually be one of the greatest movie villains of all time. And I could never reconcile what happened towards the end of that movie with Forrest Jr. I still had questions, but I didn't want to talk to too many people about it because I thought that my thoughts were dark and twisted, and that I would ruin the movie Forrest Gump for them, so I never did. So I was reading this commentary about the movie, and somebody feels in like mind to me. Did Jenny lie to Forrest about Forrest Jr. being his child? Think about the movie. Now, here's the evidence. We never really saw Forrest and Jenny getting busy. There was an allusion to that happening. She got into bed with him. She took off her nightgown, and you just assume that that is when Forrest Jr. was conceived.
They kept it classy.
They did. But did they actually go all the way? We don't know that for sure. And there are a couple of things that were just odd trying to reconcile what happened here because it was alluded to that Jenny died of AIDS in the movie.
I always thought that. We've had that debate many times. People write in and say, no, it wasn't AIDS.
Yeah, I actually, from what I was reading here was the commentary that I read that really kind of struck a chord with me. It was actually confirmed by the writers of the movie that Jenny died from AIDS, but she never once told Forrest to get checked. What, this was never a concern? We're just to assume that it was. She just used Forrest's place to crash, no backup. And the thing that was kind of odd, remember when Forrest said she just sleeps and sleeps like she hasn't slept for days? What happened to Jenny that made her so sleepy? Why was her body so ravished that she spent days in bed? Was this possibly the disease starting to set in? And if it was, then Forrest was with her when she was with HIV.
Well, I feel like we've had this talk before a long time ago, and I think I look at Jenny's background. Jenny she was broken from her childhood. She did not have a very good childhood. And you have to really examine her childhood because it was real bad.
Oh, I'm not debating that. I'm debating as to whether or not Forrest Jr. is actually Forrest's kid.
So I do think they did sleep together.
Okay.
Okay. They didn't show it, but they did allude to it.
She was there for a while. They slept together. She leaves mysteriously, goes has Forrest Jr., and then comes back and apparently has the disease. So did she have the disease after she had Forrest Jr.? That's when she was contaminated.
If you look at Forrest Jr., he's a spitting image of Forrest. He runs like him. He walks like him. It's kind of just like Forrest.
Well, they tried to say that off, but it was never really established. I mean, do we know for sure? There's no paternity test. Did Forrest ever get checked? We don't know.
And I always thought she was sleeping because she was just tired from drugging it up, partying, the lifestyle, and she needed to sleep off her exhaustion.
Yeah, so I'm just kind of curious. I don't know. The timeline is a little fuzzy for me. I've never really said much about it, but I do question, do we know for sure that Forrest Jr. was truly Forrest's own kid? I don't know. I guess we'll never know. It's kind of like the end scene for The Sopranos. Will we ever know until the creator comes out and says it? I'm just wondering, how did that all work out?
I like when the ending is pretty cut and dry. I wish they would have shown Tony Soprano getting shot.
I like things that kind of lay themselves out because I just have a lot of questions. The timeline seems very odd in that movie, Forrest Gump. I don't know if anybody else has ever thought that. Jaybird, you believe that Forrest Jr. is truly Forrest's own child?
Yeah, and I think you have to really examine Jenny's childhood.
Do you believe that Jenny contaminated Forrest Gump with HIV?
I always thought that, but I don't think Forrest got it, to be quite honest with you.
I'm just trying to figure out how he's able to dodge that.
Yeah, I mean, you can sleep with somebody with HIV and not get HIV.
Yeah,
this is true.
It's very possible.
Okay, so I don't know. But other people are starting to question.
Thank goodness you're asking the good questions.
It's fun to do that with some of the old movies where you take somebody. They did it with Karate Kid. You turn the Karate Kid into the villain, and when you really do think about it, the Karate Kid was the villain.
Yeah. So I don't know. Just something I just thought a little bit more of. I'm like, okay, could there be more to it? I know people love Forrest Gump, so it's like you can't say anything bad about that movie. And I'm not saying anything bad. I'm just saying I've always wondered that. That timeline just never seemed to work out right in my mind.
Well, you opened up with your speech with, is Jenny the greatest villain of all time? I don't think she was a villain. I think she was just a broken girl.
But did she lead Forrest on his entire life and use him? Only for the end goal of saying, you know what, I'm going to pin my kid on Forrest Gump because he's wealthy, he's established, he's safe, he would be a good father.
I wouldn't say she led him on. Led him on's too strong, in my opinion.
I don't know. I feel like there's many things throughout that movie where Jenny leads on Forrest.
There was a
toying
moment,
with his emotions.
There's a moment or two.
Yeah. I think the whole movie is about Jenny leading on Forrest. And I think that's evil.
And Kevin has spoken.
I have. That's what's on my mind. What had so much hype about it, but it was actually terrible? They do this to us all the time. In fact, I get so scared when something gets so hyped up because now I'm almost conditioned to feel like, you know what? They're hyping this because they know it's terrible. And they're just hoping that the initial surge of people coming out because of the hype will be good enough to offset all the losses once we start talking to each other, saying, it's terrible, don't do it, because they know it's going to crash a week later. They do this to us all the time. So now we've been conditioned, and we've got so many products that have come out that they knew were terrible, but they went on ahead and promoted the heck out of it anyway, probably because they put already too much time and energy and money into it that they had to try to get something back on the return.
I'm going to go old school. I'm going to lose a lot of our audience with this, but
okay.
I'm going to go Crystal Pepsi. They said, oh, it's going to be great. A lot of hype around it. Everyone hated it. I loved it, to be quite honest with you. Yeah, I'm on topic, right?
It was one of the first, yeah, and you could even say that with the new Coke. The sodas have done that, and it was a change. And they'd even said in the taste test, people like New Coke better than the classic. But
was Fat Kevin around during a Crystal Pepsi day?
Oh yeah, he was around.
Did you like it?
I was real round.
Yeah.
Let's go. Wow. Zigging Fat Kevin. Don't you hurt Fat Kevin.
You laughed. If you grin, you're in. Don't you dare.
That's all right. Fat Kevin's used to it. You know what? I had this weird conditioning. I thought anything clear was close to water and healthy. So
I get it. I understand the mentality.
The darker the soda for me, the better. So, yeah, Fat Kevin liked his Dr. Peppers and things like that. So I didn't dabble with the Crystal Pepsi. It seemed like it was almost like I felt like somebody was trying to trick me into a diet. Fat Kevin wasn't down for diets. Yeah, if you look back some of the classic stuff that has been out there, they just had a ton of hype on it, and it did not turn out to be good. There's a lot of things from electronics. Google Plus. Remember how much they hyped that? I mean, when does Google ever strike out on anything? They struck out on Google Plus, and then they whiffed again on Google Glass.
I was going to say, I remember you talking about them Google Glasses back in the day, how they're going to change the game, and they did not.
That's what they hyped. That's what they sold it. Like, this is going to be it. Your life will be completely different. Hands-free. It'll just be, we're all going to be wearing these goofy Google Glasses. That's what they tried to tell us, and then they just fell flat.
Remember when they put Alestra in chips and they were like, this is going to be amazing. It's going to be the best thing ever. It's going to make these chips all healthy and taste amazing. Yeah. And then people started pooping their brains out because the Alestra turns out to be like a laxative.
It was unbelievable. Yeah, it was a fat substitute. It had no calories. And it was all this crazy until they realized it gave everybody the squirts. And I remember the news even called it, quote, anal leakage.
Oh. There's got to be a better term.
Squirts.
Yeah, I like that better.
And then remember the Ally? That the same thing. That was that diet pill that had the anal leakage.
Everybody was talking about the Ally. It was going to be the next greatest thing. But yeah, it's great that you're losing weight, but you're also leaking out of your rear end.
Not good.
We did an old bit back in where I think me and Virginia took that stuff. The Ally.
Yeah. It worked.
Yeah.
And not in the good way.
Bad byproducts. Yep. Other things out there that have got a lot of hype that didn't live up to it. How about that Fire Festival?
Yes.
They did a whole special on how that whole thing was nothing but hype and then terrible right behind it.
That was the best. If you haven't seen the Fire Festival on Netflix, you got to watch it.
What a disaster. It actually makes you uncomfortable because you're like, oh, this is just not going well. There have been some other things had a lot of hype and it panned out for nothing. If you're old enough to remember, Geraldo Rivera trying to open up Al Capone's safe.
I just watched that recently.
A whole hour-long special, and they open it up and it was empty.
Someone uploaded it to YouTube, and it ends with the credits go, the credits are going up, and he doesn't find anything. He's looking in the camera going, yeah, we didn't find anything. It was so anticlimactic.
How embarrassing.
It's pretty embarrassing.
Terrible move.
And it was one of the highest rated things at the time. They said that, even though it failed, that got him more exposure. It got him another show.
Because there was so much hype around it.
Yeah.
And then in an odd way, we kind of somehow managed. I think that we all hated Geraldo, but we loved his mustache.
And what a ballsy move to do that live, not knowing what's behind there. And you're going to do it on live TV.
I think probably in media circles, that is a lesson where they always refer that to be like, no, we're recording that. Because how many other live reveal things have they ever done since that disaster? I can't think of one. I think they learned their lesson.
Yeah, they learned their lesson the hard way, and now they're like, oh, we're never doing that again.
Go back and watch the end of Geraldo looking very disappointed.
Yeah, you can save a whole hour. The last minute's all you need. Other things that had a lot of hype, didn't live up to it. Remember that rating Area 51? Everybody's going to go in there and find the aliens, and it was all over social media, and it just fizzled. Some other things, the Game of Thrones Season 8.
A lot of hype, man.
Somebody texted a lot of hype. People really don't like that. Remember the 2012 apocalypse? The world was going to end, and there's so much hype about that certain day. Was it December 21st or something like that of 2012? The world was going to end. It was the Mayan calendar had run out.
I wasn't scared about that one. I do remember that one. I was legit scared for 2000. The turn of the
Y2K.
I was scared.
Yes.
1999 into 2000.
Y2K was in my head. I was like, what's going on? Are all the computers going to shut down and the world's going to go dark?
So much hype around that. And they made it seem like it was going to be the end.
There's nothing.
It was about 12 minutes past midnight. I remember Billy Joel was doing a concert, and I thought, we're going to be okay.
We're going to be okay. All's right in the world. Billy Joel's playing.
The piano man, easing your nerves.
If you think back to it as well, something that got a lot of hype that was actually terrible, 2020. If you can go back to 2019 and the end of it, remember, there was this meme that was going around showing all the holidays in 2020 were on weekends. So we were going to get together and we were going to party our butts off through all of 2020. And then the pandemic hit, and nobody could be together. And so we wasted all of these amazing holidays that you wanted to go party that were on weekends that we had to stay home.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. Tons of hype. Totally fizzled. Somebody's texting, remember the Floyd Mayweather-Logan Paul fight that happened here?
Yeah.
Hype on that.
That's true.
That would be very disappointing. So what else would you say? Had a ton of hype. It was actually terrible. Yeah, I got a couple things to add to the list here of something that had so much hype but was actually terrible. Anthony in Port St. Lucie said the hoverboard scooter. It was so overhyped. 1 out of 10 kids and 11 out of 10 adults were seriously hurt riding that thing. And you know, the thing I would tell you about the hoverboard, when it came out and I heard about the hoverboard, I was thinking of the movie Back to the Future. And this was a board that was hovering off the ground. It really is deceitful in how it's named. Is that the thing that's the wheel, or it's got a wheel or something, right?
Yeah, it's not a hover.
Yeah.
It touches the ground.
Right. So, to me, it's not named right, and that's false advertising just in the name alone.
Still dangerous. Me and Dennys used that during that one video, adults playing with dangerous toys.
Kids' toys, yeah.
And it is very dangerous if you don't know what you're doing.
I remember that. Yeah, I don't know how you're walking after that video.
I'm not.
Yeah, well, not well.
I'm walking around like old Yoda.
Yes. When are you getting a cane?
I should get.
You look like a guy. You need a wood carved cane.
I do need a wood carved cane.
With that outfit, yes.
I think I should go get one at the fair and then start working at the fair. I think it all kind of. I need a booth at the fair.
You know who you would do great with? That Indian guy who plays the pan flute.
Yeah,
I could see the two of you just smoking that peace pipe and hanging out all fair.
You need a wood carved cane and a pan flute.
I'm on a journey many people can't or won't understand.
Yeah, it's all right. It's your journey.
It's my journey.
It's your journey. Other things people are rattling off. A lot of hype. Actually, it was terrible. 3D TV. You remember that? It was going to revolutionize how we watch TV at home. Everything's going to be 3D. I don't want things coming out of my screen, actually. Stay there.
It's pretty horrifying.
It's a little intense for me.
Yeah, no, it's good. Quibi. You remember Quibi?
Yeah, that was supposed to be like the new thing. Short little, quick movies, and everybody was like, nah.
Yeah. Jabber missed the hype on that.
I don't know.
I can tell by your confused face, Quibi.
I'm confused.
Well, I'm glad you missed it then, because it didn't pan out.
Yeah, I still don't know what it is.
It's supposed to be short-form TV shows, basically 10 minutes long. They thought that was going to be the new form on how people are going to consume stuff. I think they did a reboot of The Princess Bride, so they tried to hire on some big names and get some big high-profile shows going, and for whatever reason, it did not take, and it crashed. They just shut down in the last year.
I love when I learn new things.
Yeah. And I was
well, you can forget it, because Quibi didn't make
it. Forget about it now.
Don't learn that.
Yeah. And I was telling you that I think a lot of this, you have hype now because they realize they've made a stink bomb. This is especially true when it comes to movies. They look at it, they do test audiences, and like, this thing stinks, but we spent $200 million on this. Hype the heck out of it. Let's try to make a good opening weekend box office. The word of mouth's going to get out that it's terrible and it'll tank, but at least we can make half our money back.
They'll try to make a great trailer to lie,
right?
Trick you,
you out.
Movies like that, Suicide Squad, Wonder Woman 1984. The list goes on and on of big budget movies that were terrible and they overhyped them, and you're like, that was actually awful.
I see the Suicide Squad get a lot of hate. Every time we talk about these kind of movies that didn't get the hype, Suicide Squad's always up there. That's really tough for me to say. Suicide Squad. See?
We can add that to the list of the lispy things that are tongue twister, tripped
Tongue twister, Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad.
Something new on my radar. You ever heard of a cheese wheel wedding cake?
Ooh, that sounds fancy.
Yeah. It is what it sounds like. It's not cheesecake. It's a cheese wheel, but it is made up to look like a wedding cake.
That could be cute.
Yeah. I actually had never heard of, so I did a quick Google search, and there's a lot of photos that pop up. It's typically, however many layers you want, 5 may be a standard, and each wheel or each layer is a different kind of cheese.
Ooh.
And then people come up and they take their cheese off of it.
If you are a cheese lover, that's just your game.
Super cute.
Yeah. Well, we got an interesting email here, and this is how I found out about it. When I'm like, well, what are you talking about? Cheese wheel wedding cake. It says, my fiance and I are in a cake debate about our wedding. It's coming up here in a few weeks. Now, I want a delicious, sweet, traditional cake, and she wants a cheese wheel cake instead. The cheese wheel cake is essentially a stack of 5 different types of cheeses, and it's going to cost $450. It's about $100 more expensive than my cake that I want. Now, we're on a budget, so we can't do both her cake and mine. Now, here's where I guess the argument comes in. My fiance and I will be the first same-sex marriage in either of our families, and so she wants to do something different to mark how significant and meaningful our union will be. But does cheese really say that? So we were curious what people would be more excited to see when they came to our wedding. A traditional wedding cake or a stack of cheese? If you could only do one or the other, what would you get more excited about? Traditional old wedding cake or a cheese wheel wedding cake?
Well, would you have crackers with the cheese wheel? Because what are you just going to cut the cheese and then eat blocks of cheese instead of cake?
I think so. I haven't seen the process how it's done, but it probably would be something where you would cut whatever cheeses you wanted off of it, and then they would have a buffet of different vegetables and crackers and things like that that you
fruit,
could have go with your
bread,
cheese.
Spread,
It
jam.
would be a little lighter. And, for people that are trying to stay away, if you're on the keto thing, you would definitely prefer to see a cheese wheel wedding cake than the traditional with the flour and sugar.
Ooh, a bunch of different cheeses with crackers and different types of breads and toasts.
I think the cheese wheel cake is more of a conversation piece, neat thing. I haven't seen a lot of them at weddings, so I'd be like, oh, that's cool. And I love cheese.
Yeah, and that is her fiance's argument. She's like, this stands out. Our union stands out because we are the first in our families to have a same-sex union. And so let's do something that stands out to mark this occasion. Let's not be like everybody else because everybody was like everybody else. We're different.
And you know what you can do on the cheap? You can do the cool cheese wheel cake, and then you can just go get a basic sheet cake and have them cut that up and put that on a serving tray. And if anybody is like, oh, I don't want cheese, I wanted real cake, bam, give them a little slice of sheet cake. You can do a whole sheet cake for like $30 for a giant sheet cake.
This is tough for me to weigh in because I love cake, I love cheese, I'm really against marriage. No, I'm just kidding.
Love cheese, love cake, hate marriage. Suits, I'll have you put up a KVJ TV poll. If you went to a wedding, what would you be more excited to see? Traditional wedding cake or a cheese wheel wedding cake? Just kind of curious because I think they're looking for feedback because one's arguing, no, not everybody loves cheese like that. They'd be so disappointed.
The other thing, too, is I work with a lactose intolerant witch. And I don't know if she should be stacking up on cheese over
Look,
there.
I eat all the cheese and all the ice cream. My lactose intolerance is not really a problem for me.
It helps you with on your broom.
Propulsion.
Here's some of the comments so far about the cheese wheel wedding cake. What about dessert then? There's no cake, just cheese? Maybe for the cocktail hour, but not for the dessert. And here's where their dilemma is. I guess they just can't spring for both because it sounds like one cake's about, the traditional is about $350. The cheese wheel is going to be about $450.
I'll tell you what, man. The witch over here got me on that fancy cheese, that brie with the crackers, and it's all warm. You make cracker grilled cheese.
Roast up the cheese with some fruit, like roasted apples.
I feel so classy when I eat it.
So good.
Sliced apples, very classy.
Mm-hmm. Somebody said, I love cheese, but I would be so disappointed if there wasn't a real dessert.
You got to have some sweets there, man.
Okay.
Yeah, get a sheet cake and you can cut it up. No one will even know that it wasn't a big giant cake.
Yeah. If you're looking for favorites right now, I love these KVJ TV polls. They're very telling. Now, we're only 30 votes in, but right now, 90% of people want the traditional wedding cake. 90%. 9 out of 10 right now after 30 votes. So we'll check back in to see how it does if you want to sound off. Go into YouTube, look for the KVJ Show, and you can vote right now in the KVJ TV chat room. Okay, we got some celebrity birthdays going on here today. Gotta say what up and a big old happy birthday to Leo Dicaprio. Wonder what he's gonna do for his birthday other than steal a billionaire's girlfriend. He's turning 47 today, looking dapper than ever. Demi Moore turns 59 today. Also got a happy birthday to our boy Dennys. Everybody giving shout outs to him. Producer Dennys having a birthday today. Our biggest celebrity.
Dennys.
Yeah,
Happy
no doubt.
birthday.
Yeah. Whether he likes it or not, we're going to celebrate this darn thing. You got no choice. Happy birthday goes out to Mike from your daughter Leanna and best friend Dallas. Also, we got a birthday shout out here to the best papa in the world. Happy 91st birthday from his favorite grandchild, Jason.
Aww.
So there you go. Got a photo of them on KVJ TV.
Cuties.
Mm-hmm. So, got a birthday, want to get a shout out, let us know about it. Mail at kvjshow.com. MAIL at kvjshow.com. All right, yeah, it's not looking much better for the cheese wheel wedding cake.
Aww.
Yeah, getting up to about 100 votes in KVJ TV. Only 14% of people would rather see that at a wedding than a traditional wedding cake. So,
I'm glad
sounds like you got to go sweet.
I'm glad we learned about it, though.
Yeah. Kay had said, you know what, maybe a donut cake. It's different and it's sweet if you want to do something that stands out.
People do a donut wall, and they take like this giant like piece of wood. They put nails all over it, and they hang a donut on each nail,
cool.
and it becomes like a giant donut wall.
I've been to one that did that, and it was very popular, and they had cereal. That was what they did.
It's very
kind of a breakfast
Instagrammable,
thing.
too.
Yeah, it was a young couple, so yeah, it's very Gen Z.
All different varieties.
Yeah. Everything under the sun.
Yeah.
Man,
Some good stuff.
I didn't sleep real good last night, so my equilibrium's off, and I am hungry like the wolf.
Oh, yeah. Birds ready to go, man.
And you keep talking about cheese, cake,
donuts.
Mariah Carey's menu at McDonald's.
Well, then while we're at it, why don't we talk about butter on Pop-Tarts?
Yes.
I brought it for you.
Yes. Yes. So popular, it's even got its own song. We're just discovering about all kinds of new stuff here on the KVJ Show. Cheese wheel wedding cakes, butter on Pop-Tarts. Had no idea that it was even a thing. But apparently even Family Guy had a song about it that was singing all about the beauty of butter on a Pop-Tart. People were saying, yeah, I've been doing this forever. And then we're talking about how Pop-Tart is actually going to be coming out of the package that you can get. It's going to have all these different flavored butters that go with different kinds and styles of Pop-Tarts. Somebody said especially kind of like the brown sugar cinnamon that they have. That is really good with, kind of a whipped butter or something like that.
That's the one I brought. So I brought you guys. It's hot.
Thanks for the warning. Oh, my God.
The kid burned himself?
I put melted butter in front of him. I just pulled it out of the microwave. The microwave is still beeping.
Oh, well, so is my
You don't
hand.
hear the loud beeping microwave?
All I hear now is my skin sizzling. Oh, my God. That's going to leave bubbles.
Hashtag butter burns.
Oh, I got skin bubbles.
Tough trick. You get them all ginned up for food and you put a hot treat in front of them. You can't resist.
Yeah, I'm so happy. We usually eat so many gross things on this show, and I'm so hungry today. It's working out great.
Yeah, I know. Look at you. Okay, so Virginia's brought two different styles in here. Is there anything special about this butter?
This is President butter.
Okay. This is the good stuff.
This is the good stuff.
And is this how you would have it? Would you have it hot like this? Because this is liquefied butter.
I prefer to make it like a dip. So I took the Pop-Tarts, I warmed them slightly.
Yeah. We're going to need more butter.
I've got all the butter you can handle.
I'm trying the brown sugar with it.
The brown sugar, is it good?
The butter doesn't make it worse.
It doesn't make it worse, but it's very buttery.
I don't know if it makes it radically better.
I don't know if it does
and
either.
maybe if you had a whipped honey butter, maybe that would be what you need.
All this makes me want to do is eat movie theater popcorn.
Okay, so here we go. This is liquefied butter dipping a Pop-Tart in it. People who put butter on Pop-Tarts.
I love butter.
I can feel my heart going to the urn with every bite of this
You feel like
butter.
you're dying?
It's interesting. It's interesting. It doesn't make it worse, so I get it. Is it necessary? No, but is it bad? No.
That's good.
Yeah, I can see why people do that.
It goes better with the brown sugar and cinnamon Pop-Tart than the strawberry one.
Okay. All right. Yeah, okay. I get why people do that.
You guys lost me.
He said, I'm done.
Yeah, he's out. He's mentally tapped out. Yeah, I know that Pop-Tarts, they were doing a chocolate flavored butter and a couple different things.
I don't like the chocolate Pop-Tart, and there are a bunch of them.
I didn't either, yeah.
There's like a chocolate
Hard
fudge
to get down
one.
for some reason, yeah.
There's a chocolate a sundae, hot fudge sundae.
That, you know what always baffled me was the chocolate or the hot fudge Pop-Tart, because Fat Kevin loved hot fudge. And I was so conflicted, and it was just one of the big mysteries of life to me, why I love hot fudge so much, but I didn't like hot fudge Pop-Tarts.
The hot fudge Pop-Tart is not very good. Neither is the s'more Pop-Tart.
I agree.
On
Yeah.
paper, it looks so good.
It should be good.
And it's too chemical. And I'm a man who loves chemicals.
You're right.
The food chemicals, I
Yeah.
usually like them, but it's too food chemical.
Too much, Khalid. Yeah.
I'm digging this brown sugar one with the butter.
Mama,
like it?
You get after it, Mama.
Okay.
Oh, I am.
Go for it. Well, it's kind of interesting if you look at what Americans eat compared to the rest of the world. Yeah, you can get honest. We're a pretty obese nation, and a lot of that has to do with the food that we eat and other people from other countries.
Butter, butter, butter.
Look at what Americans eat, and they're like, what is wrong with those Yanks?
Portions and butter.
Yeah, things like putting butter on Pop-Tarts they don't get. In fact, they don't get Pop-Tarts. It made a list that WideOpenEats.com came out with of American foods that freak the rest of the world out. Apparently, the rest of the world just can't understand Pop-Tarts. I didn't realize that. I figured that was a universal, global phenomenon, but apparently it's not. There's a lot of things that we do in the morning that apparently the rest of the world does not get. Not just Pop-Tarts, but sugary cereal. I guess is maybe not a thing predominantly in other countries.
We're just in the States eating sugary cereal. I find that hard to believe. It's so delicious.
That's what WideOpenEats.com says. In fact, if anybody wants to refute any of these things, I'm only going on what they put. I can't say for certain. I know that the rest of the world will have things like Kentucky Fried Chicken and McDonald's, and they've got some of our fast food. So some of these things can't be so radical. Other things that the rest of the world doesn't get, grits. Well, I get that. In fact, a lot of America doesn't get grits. If you're a Southerner, you get it, but everybody else. And talk about your butter.
I had grits that changed my life in Key West. They were so good.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they do something in New Orleans called shrimp and grits.
Yes.
They sometimes have like some cheese in there, and it's amazing.
I didn't know I was a grit man.
I'll make you some grits.
I forgot about that until right now. I'm glad you brought that up. Can we have Grit Friday?
We can.
Oh,
I'm writing it down right now. Grit Friday.
The other things that the rest of the world doesn't get about Americans' diet, big American breakfasts. Why we plow down so much food.
I remember being little and everyone's saying, you got to have a big breakfast. You got to eat the eggs and the bacon and your pancakes. Big hearty breakfast to get the day going. And it must have been 9,000 calories.
Yeah. Well,
and then you want to take a nap.
What happened? Yeah. I think what happened in America was we didn't convert over our rural to our urban life. I got a lesson. I remember one time I was on my great-grandmother's farm, and they were talking about how the farm had been, and they still had farm hands. And the way that it was through the 40s and 50s, the women would wake up and they would make a massive breakfast at about 3 or 4 a.m., and these farm boys would eat a massive breakfast that probably was 9,000 calories. They go out and they would bale hay and, dig
Lift
ditches.
their weight in animal feed.
Then as soon as they cleared the table for breakfast, they would start on lunch. And that was what the women at the house did all day long, was cook 3 humongous meals in these farm hands. They ate everything. Probably consumed 20,000 calories, and none of them were fat.
And they worked it all off.
Yeah, right. So I think what happened when we moved from the farms to the cities, we're like, here's how we eat, but you're not on a farm, dog.
You're not moving anymore.
Yes.
You ate all that, and then you laid down and watched Price is Right.
Right. You don't need 9,000 calories for Price is Right.
Right, man. If you eat all that and then just go lay, it's gonna backfire real quick.
Yeah. Yeah. Unless you're digging a new river, don't be eating that much food.
Really sounds like a beast of a job.
It is. It's a beast
Digging
of a job.
a river?
Yes, that's what they would do all day long. They dug out new rivers.
Good Lord.
By hand. Yeah, some of the other stuff that the rest of the world doesn't get, Taco Bell. It says Taco Bell, but Taco Bell's not anywhere else. I'm surprised.
Since they've changed their menu, I don't get Taco Bell either. It's very confusing.
You took the Mexi Melt and you took my heart.
Yeah, they're trying all kinds of new stuff. They just came out with the double steak grilled cheese burrito. You hear about that? Does that intrigue you? I mean, it's a double steak grilled cheese burrito.
I think it's got...
Comes out today.
Yeah, it's got potential. I like when they do new things.
Okay. All right. So apparently the world doesn't get that. The world doesn't get hot dogs. Okay. I kind of get you. I'm not sure I get hot dogs either.
But it's an American thing. It's a baseball thing.
It is. They don't get Velveeta or Cheese Whiz.
Velveeta is very controversial. Even here when we talk about it in the States, as they say, because me and Virginia love Velveeta, people are very against it. It's fake cheese. It's disgusting.
We know it's like one ingredient away from being a yoga mat.
Mm-hmm.
We know.
I love Velveeta.
Hey, I don't think Kevin's going to finish his butter, just to let you know.
Yeah, here, jump on it.
I kind of feel like I went too hard. I kind of felt nauseous.
You went from famished to nauseous. It's a tough swing.
He chugged his hot butter.
Yeah, I went to the butter. I mean, I still have quite a bit, but I went through a lot of it.
Just can't find that sweet spot, can you?
Yeah.
Yeah, can't find it.
Extremes Pennington.
Yeah, go figure. Apparently, the rest of the world doesn't get peanut butter or applesauce.
Really?
Yeah, I guess they don't do that.
Peanut butter.
How do you not do peanut butter, man?
If you don't have peanut butter in your life, you are missing out.
And maybe it's just parts of the world don't get it. There's no way we in the States have the only love for peanut butter.
I would think we connect a lot more with Europe. I would imagine that a lot of the foods, and I understand the Europeans, I think, eat a little bit more fresh and better. I get the cheese thing that, they have good cheese and they don't understand Velveeta and Cheese Whiz. But yeah, I mean,
Cheese
Peanut
whiz.
butter? You don't have peanut butter?
I was raised on Cheese Whiz.
They said root beer. The rest of the world doesn't get.
Really?
What's not to get about root beer?
I don't know.
It's delicious.
I know. I don't get that either.
It is a very decadent drink. It's dessert in a cup. There was one root beer, I forget who it was. It was at 390 calories, and it was not that big of a glass of it.
Yeah.
Oh, but baby, it was nice.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, she was real
Pay for
nice.
it, though.
Like, yeah.
She goes great with a cup of butter.
Yeah. And there's something else out that I'm not sure I get. I think it's just a promotional thing, but everybody's kind of talking about today. You hear Arby's has got its own vodka coming out to pair with French fries.
Arby's vodka?
Arby's vodka.
That sounds delicious.
Yeah.
We got the meats?
They've got a curly fry vodka and a crinkle fry vodka that apparently goes well with each of the different fries. And here's just where I'm saying, no, thank you, Arby's. I know how much a good bottle of Tito's costs. You're looking at $30. They want $60 for theirs.
60?
Yeah, I ain't paying $60 for
Nah.
what's probably a gross vodka.
Novelty vodka can shove it.
I'd rather
Yeah.
pay $60 for that Arby's sauce. That stuff is
Okay,
good.
that you'll pay $60 for. Today's KVJ draft, a listener suggestion for best smells. Haven't done this yet. What are the best smells that everybody loves? That's what we're looking for here. We'll draft them out, and then you will vote on who you think came up with the best team of 3. I drew a jack.
Ooh, it's a fine card, my friend.
Virginia, what'd you get?
I got an 8.
Not
Okay.
that great. Ooh.
Bird.
What'd you get?
Am I bluffing? Is it good or is it bad? It's bad. It's a 3.
Okay. Dennys, what did you do?
I got a 10.
Okay.
You got a 10. Okay. And how about Suits? What Suits got?
He got a 7.
Okay. So he's below Virginia. So it goes me. I got the first overall pick. Then you have got Dennys, Virginia, Suits, and Jaybird.
Man, some people don't get how this draft works, and they only see it on social media. They don't know the rules. They think they don't know that there's a draft where there's a whole list and an order. You know, if you go first, you kind of have an advantage a little bit.
You do, definitely.
You do.
Yeah, no doubt. So let's see if this helps me out. I got the first overall pick. So for me, best smell in the world, there's nothing better than fresh cookies baking in the oven.
Fat Kevin,
Yes.
Oh, man, oh, man.
Get it.
son of a biscuit.
Oh, yeah. That's Fat Kevin's favorite smell of all time.
It's so good. It
It's
really is great.
So good. All right, Dennys, you're up next.
Am I allowed to do cannabis?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
All right, one of the best.
You need to stay
Yeah.
on brand.
Why would
Yeah.
you not be able to?
It's one of the
Yeah.
best there is.
You got to go with it. That's a smell, no doubt. Okay, Virginia, what about you?
I'm gonna go. I love it. It's my favorite. Whenever I walk into a place and they have this scent, it just lights me up, like lemon. Oh, I love the smell of lemon.
And just like that, Virginia lost the tournament.
Oh, right out of the gate, huh?
I love lemon.
Thanks, Virginia.
Oh, lemon. Oh, it's nice.
You old?
Yeah,
I love it.
I like the smell of that and Starlight Mints. Okay, Suits, what you got here?
I mean, I love a new car smell, so I am going to take that one.
Okay. All right. Suits getting all over that. Bird, you pick last, but you've got the first pick in the second round, so you get the next 2.
Pizza. Oh,
Oh, pizza.
yes.
Okay.
And then the smell of a barbecue.
Oh,
Yeah,
I had it.
that's tops.
Yeah.
Bird's is going to be all food.
Pizza and barbecue.
Just see the smell of a barbecue from a backyard. A neighbor cooking their meats of sorts.
so good.
Thank you, Danny.
Okay, back up to you, Suits. What's your next pick?
I mean, I always love the smell of some sizzling bacon.
Oh, sizzling.
Okay.
Solid. All right. Lots of food in here. Virginia, what you got to go with your lemon?
I think I'm gonna go with French fries. Oh, I love the way French fries smell.
Oh, man.
Okay.
Were you trying to be sexy with your voice? Because it wasn't.
Dennys?
For my next one, this one might be a little obscure, but it's one of my favorite smells of all time. Satsuma mandarins. Do you guys know that smell?
Satsuma
Mandarins, it's the best smell ever.
It's yummy.
I'm gonna bring some in for you guys.
I love citrus.
Satsuma mandarins.
Wow, we got mandarins versus lemons. Who shall win?
I love citrus smells.
I think it's a great pick, Dennys.
Okay, let me see. I think for my next two, I am going to go with just fresh air. I don't know if you've ever been out and just someplace and the air smells clean and awesome. If you've ever been to the mountains, you know what I'm talking about. There are different places you can go, and it just doesn't have that city funk to it.
Like a fresh mountain air coming from the west.
Yes. I'm going to go with that. And then I am also going to throw into the mix. I think I'm going to go with burning wood. I like the smell of campfire.
Campfire.
I do love that smell. I love it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
It makes me want to eat the forest.
Yeah? Okay. Dennys, what are you going to take with your cannabis and your mandarins?
My final pick is gonna be fresh laundry.
Oh, you took mine. Damn it, Dennys.
Okay. All right. What about you, Virginia?
Because it's very top of mind. It's very seasonal right now. I'm taking pumpkin pie.
Oh yeah.
Okay, pumpkin pie.
No, you're saying it wrong, Kev. Pumpkin pie.
Pumpkin pie.
Pumpkin pie.
Gotta countrify it?
Yeah.
Countrify.
Okay. Suits, what's your final pick here in the KVJ draft for the best smells ever?
I'm going to wrap it up with that smell right after it rains.
Okay.
I'll go fresh morning dew.
Okay. And Bird, you got the final overall pick.
Oh, well, you might as well just go for it. Oh, the mall Cinnabons. You can smell it from store to store, from J.C. Penney's to Burdine's. You can smell Cinnabons galore.
Okay.
Cinnabon.
All right, Bird is all over the food. He's got Cinnabons, barbecue, and pizza. Who's hungry?
Barbecue from like a backyard. The smell of a barbecue.
Virginia did a lot of food, too. She had pumpkin pie, french fries, and lemon. Suits as a well-diversified list. He's got new car smell, bacon, and then the smell after it rains. Dennys has got cannabis, mandarins, and fresh laundry, also very diversified.
There's your winner right there. I mean, cannabis will win you the competition.
I don't know.
Don't sleep on that mandarin.
I got cookies fresh out of the oven, fresh air, and burning wood. Okay. Who came up with the best trio of smells? We're going to post the list up on our Facebook and our Instagram. You'll vote all day. This time tomorrow, we'll let you know who exactly got the best and most votes coming up. Well, people always talk about the smells that we miss or what we should have drafted. And people are saying, I can't believe nobody took baked bread. Did not make anybody's list. Fresh cut grass did not make anybody's list.
Just fresh smoked grass.
Yeah, he's got that.
That one made it.
Vanilla, nobody went for that. Smell of apple pie.
Yeah, it was on the list.
That's mine too.
Lavender did not make it. Coconut, oranges. People couldn't believe, especially this time of year, no one went for Christmas trees.
Tangy barbecue sauce, the tangy kind.
Okay.
All right.
Puppies, new shoes, fresh waffle cones.
Ooh.
For me, one of the best smells, I probably should have gone with this, is, oh man, a good old dank craft beer, an IPA.
Oh yeah.
Man, oh man, I love that smell.
I ain't mad at you if you picked syrup. Syrup is a good smell, like a maple syrup.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Syrup?
You say syrup, I say syrup.
Syrup. Mm-hmm. Do appreciate the idea. If you want to go see who drafted what, you can go check that out. It is up on our Facebook and Instagram all day today. So go cast the votes tomorrow. We'll let you know which one won out. Yesterday, we were talking about what your husband could have a Guinness World Record for, and somebody threw their baby daddy under the bus and said he could have a Guinness record for the most babies with the most baby mamas. Ooh. Didn't give a number, though. And I'm wondering how they stack up. I rattled off a couple celebrities, but I was able to do a deeper dive yesterday because I was kind of fascinated by this. Because who would be the best when you're talking about celebrities and recognizable names? Now, there's a bunch of people that have played professional sports. I'm not sure everybody would know, so I'll leave some of those out exempt. So when you hear this list, I'm going with the ones that are more mainstream.
Okay.
Our overall winner of the celebrity with the most baby mamas, mentioned it yesterday, DMX wins. 15 babies with 9 baby mamas.
That's big.
That is so much.
That's unbelievable, isn't it?
That's got to be a lot of drama.
Oh, my gosh. Good heavens. Ray Charles is second on the list with 12 babies and 10 mamas. Anybody know that about Ray Charles?
I had no idea.
I don't think they covered that in the movie.
Yeah.
Maybe it's hard to put on a condom if you can't see.
I don't know.
Don't know. I would think you'd be able to find a way, Virginia, but I don't know.
Ask her to do it.
Well, the way they played it up in the movie Ray, it sounded like he really was kind of a womanizer and kind of got his way with a lot of things. This is the way at least they portrayed him. So I don't know if they went in depth with how many baby mamas he had, but that would have been fascinating.
Yeah.
Third on the celebrity list, Bob Marley. 12 babies, 8 baby mamas. Travis Henry was an NFL running back. He's got 11 babies and 10 baby mamas.
That's strong.
It really is. I mean, these are all, this is double digit. 11 babies, 10 baby mamas.
That's so much drama.
Why would you want that drama?
I don't know.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
You got to go to court probably for all of them to figure out child support.
Every year, you probably have to go to court constantly.
And are you able just not to stop yourself because it's just so great?
I don't know. You tell me.
Denny, you want to speak up on this?
I just don't know why you would do that to yourself.
I don't know either.
You've also got in the top 10, Evander Holyfield has 11 babies, 6 baby mamas. Eddie Murphy is 6th on the list with 9 babies, 5 mamas. Muhammad Ali had 9 babies with 4 different women. Rod Stewart, Palm Beecher, 8 babies, 5 baby mamas.
Okay.
Do you know that about old Rock and Rod?
I did not. Get it, Rod.
He's tied with Mick Jagger, same. 8 babies, 5 baby mamas. And Clint Eastwood has got 7 babies with 5 different women.
Go ahead. Make my baby.
Yeah.
And they did.
Yeah.
And then Miami's very own Mark Anthony. He's got 6 babies, 3 baby mamas. So how about that?
That seems like nothing compared
Yeah.
to...
He needs to get out there more.
Yeah, no, he does. In fact, somebody that can go off of this is Nick Cannon. In fact, he talked about he can't wait to meet his next baby mama. I guess that's his whole plan, his strategy. He likes having lots of babies with lots of different women. He has 7 kids now.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
With how many different women?
I'm not sure. That one I didn't look up, and I just saw that he'd made that comment.
Did he and Mariah Carey have a baby?
They had twins.
Okay.
Remember, they called them dumb babies.
Who did?
Him and Mariah. They always, oh, dumb babies.
Oh, okay. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, everybody. We did an impromptu dirt story. Oh my God.
You had to walk right into it, didn't you?
Oh man, stop asking questions.
You had to know.
You asked the questions.
So there you go. All right, are you guys ready to laugh?
Oh my gosh, the world needs it.
Oh, yeah. Producer Dennys is back here on his birthday with a joke jury.
So we have to laugh extra hard.
Yeah, no matter
We
what.
do.
It'd be cold not giving him a chuckle.
We gotta give him a very big laugh.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Dennys has got the jokes. We let him know what we think of them. What you got for us today, Dennys?
All right, first joke. What do you call an archaeologist that's hooked on smack?
Archaeologist that's hooked on smack. I don't know. What do you call it?
Indiana Jonesin.
Okay.
That's so funny. It's your birthday.
Yes, thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, spit take.
Spit take. Yeah. Yeah. Hysterical.
All right, second joke. What did the proctologist do after he robbed the museum?
Proctologist after robbing a museum. I don't know. What did he do?
He left a colon card.
Calling card. Yeah. Okay.
Another spit take.
It's getting better with age.
Third joke. What happened to the vegetable when it tripped?
What happened to the vegetable when it tripped? I don't know. What happened?
It scraped its zucchini.
Zucchini.
Scraped
Just
its
laugh, just laugh. Yeah.
Happy birthday. I don't get it either.
Scraped its zucchini. It's a vegetable.
Oh, it's okay.
Little vegetable humor
I
on
think he's kind of
Thursday.
angry that everybody's not getting his joke.
All right, fourth joke for you guys. Which hot sauce was recently knighted by the Queen?
Which hot sauce was knighted by the queen? I don't know. Which one was it?
Sriracha.
Oh, okay.
All
Very
right.
good. All right, back on track.
That's
Back
a
on
good
track.
one.
And final joke. What does Madame Tussaud have her lover do after they close their museum?
I don't know. What does she have him do?
Wax that ass?
Oh, my birthday.
Yay!
Happy birthday, Daddies. No, you got South Florida in the spotlight tonight. It is Thursday night football. Hard Rock Stadium as the 2-7 Miami Dolphins take on the 6-2 Baltimore Ravens. Last time the Ravens were in town, they completely embarrassed the Dolphins, so we'll see what they do tonight when they got the national stage. Game time is at 8:20 for a kickoff at Hard Rock Stadium. And it's also bringing back Lamar Jackson, Boynton Beach grad. Went on to win a Heisman Trophy at the University of Louisville, and now he's the quarterback for the Baltimore Ravens.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it is cool. And he is my fantasy football quarterback now. And I need him to do well. Look, I would like to see the Dolphins win.
I got buttered hands. Sorry. From that buttered bit.
Yeah. It's tough, huh?
There's so much butter in his workspace. Everything is slick. The computer, the headphones, the iPhone. He's real lubed up, ladies.
Yeah, he is.
It's tough to hold on to things right now.
Yeah. Yeah, so I need Lamar Jackson to go off tonight because I'm losing to Grandma in our family fantasy football league. It's really embarrassing. I'm catching a lot of flack on this.
You letting Grandma beat you?
Grandma is beating me
Dang.
in the fantasy football, and right now it gives the win probability, and it's 50-50. So it's a coin flip as to who's going to win this, and my son Cannon's riding me nonstop about how I'm losing to Grandma.
You used to have a sports show.
I know. It's Virginia. It's humiliating. It
Maybe
really is.
we should get Grandma to do your old sports show.
There's a lot of people standing in line wanting to take it. Look, you can all have it.
I would listen to that.
Yes. So I need Lamar to do well tonight. Also, want to let you know today's Veterans Day. There's a lot of discounts for those who have served. Go out there and get your freebies today. You definitely have earned it.
Amen.
Dunkin' is giving out a free donut to veterans. Starbucks is doing a free small hot coffee. Krispy Kreme is offering a free donut and coffee.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think all that deserves a
USA.
What?
USA.
USA.
Yes.
Also, you got deals for vets at Dennys, IHOP, Texas Roadhouse, Buffalo Wild Wings, Hooters, Chili's, Olive Garden, Applebee's, and California Pizza Kitchen.
Oh, man. Olive Garden sounds so good right now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We know you love the Olive Garden.
I'm not getting paid.
Got to take my son Cannon. He breaks us down every night about going to Olive Garden. He loves it. It's his favorite. Yeah.
They got a new one in Palm Beach Gardens, my neck of the woods.
Yeah.
Come on up.
Yeah, you and Cannon take your godson out for some breadsticks.
It's because it's bottomless, Kevin.
Yeah.
It opens up a whole world.
It gets him too. Also, want to announce Hop Life Brewery is honoring all veterans today with a special brew called the Crucible, and a portion of the sales are going to be donated to a local nonprofit organization called Do You Give a Ruck? As in like rucksack.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good for them.
Also, I'd like to give a shout out to my wife, who's a U.S. Army veteran. Love you, Michelle. You are my hero. So, all heroes to all of us. So, go out there and get your good freebies today, veterans. Shock, paper, scissors. It is supposed to be a game of random, but Virginia somehow has cracked the code. She beat everybody on the show in rock, paper, scissors and didn't get shocked once last week.
Oh, in true villain fashion.
Yes.
Channel your inner witch. And you can do it too. It's not a game of chance.
Okay. Well, Jaybird went. He went 50-50.
Yeah,
Won 2, lost 2.
I got shocked.
So we got myself, Suits, and Dennys. We haven't played yet. Virginia, you get to draw out who's going to be strapping on the shot collar here to face off against the show.
Perfect hair, Kevin.
I figured.
Oh, boy. Here we go.
Let's set that thing on fire.
The rug?
He's entered the gauntlet.
in the worst spot.
This is a vicious dog collar. I can't imagine why anybody would put this dog collar on their dog because it just doesn't seem fair or right to animals.
It doesn't seem right.
No, it doesn't.
But it's one of those ones that just...
You're a witch. You should be electrocuting him just to make it purely evil.
I'm a good witch.
You are not a good witch.
I don't know why I'm so terrible at this game.
It's a tough game.
Gosh. Okay. So you throw out rock, paper, scissors. If you lose, you get shocked. Okay, I take on Virginia first. All right, here we go. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Dang it, I lost.
Oh, man.
Rock smashes scissors. I'm sorry,
it's all right.
Kevin.
Get me.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
In 3, 2, 1, bring into pain.
Make him dance.
Gets in that bone, doesn't it?
Make him do the bone dance.
Can you believe anybody would put this on their dog?
Oh, it's terrible. You don't love your dog if you
Yeah.
do.
If you hate your dog, that's the only way you would do this.
Gosh, I'm going to be exhausted after.
It tingles. It's residual.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. I'm doing scissors, my man. I'm
Doing
doing
scissors?
straight up scissors. There's no way I'm not.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
0 for 1. I'm going against Bird. Shock, paper, scissors.
Focus, Kevin.
I am focused.
Channel your inner witch.
Oh, someone's going to do the bone dance. 1, 2, 3, shoot.
Oh, Kevin
I
won.
finally won one.
Paper covers rock.
Wow.
Look at this.
Come on, birthday boy. Make him do the bone dance.
I'll try here.
Focus, Kevin. Focus.
Okay.
All right.
All right, here we go.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Oh,
paper.
He went rock. He went paper. Bone dance. Bone dance. Bone
You ready?
dance. Yeah.
3, 2, 1. Bring in the pain. And it keeps tingling.
It does.
For a good 3 seconds after you release.
Ooh, I'm sweating through my shirt now.
It legit gets you.
Oh,
Tell you what, they
I'm getting gamey.
got some good moves over there. Got some good moves, Flashdance.
All right, if I blow this one, I have the worst record on the show.
Oh.
Bird went 2 for 2, so I got to beat Suits here. Oh, that's tiring. Oh, I feel like I'm fighting Mike Tyson.
Suits is a baby. He's a child. You can beat him.
Bone dance.
All right, you ready?
Okay, let's do it.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Oh, I went rock, scissors.
Rock, paper, scissors, Kevin.
Yeah, baby. Got me.
Right.
All right, 2 for 2.
That's not bad.
2 for 2. It's okay. All right. Oh man.
Don't you want to rip that thing off your leg and throw it against the wall?
You got to see what it looks like after it's gone in.
It leaves a mark.
It
does.
looks like you've been bit by a cobra.
Snake bite.
It
Yeah.
brands you.
Oh man. Oh man.
Nobody do that to their dog, please.
Yeah, it
But we'll do it to humans, no problem.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Strap it on each other, no
You
problem.
know what you signed up for.
Oh, dang. Whew. All right. Oh.
I want to see what you segue into.
Yeah, I know.
He needs to just lay.
You just got an electric shock collar right in your system and like, okay, talk. What? One thing, I guess is kind of dirt related, but I think it's probably good to talk about here. Yesterday, I was riffing a little bit about what had happened at Astro World. And, you know, where people are going around with drugs in the syringe, whatever.
Yeah,
And
what's going
hitting
on with
people.
that?
Well, there's actually, I guess, an update that is good that everybody needs to hear, because you always hear the initial story, but a lot of people don't hear the follow-up.
Right?
That security guard from that, he didn't get that. And what's the name that they give it? They give it a special name. I can't remember. They call it something when somebody comes up and hits you with...
Stabbing? No.
Yeah, no, it's not that. I don't have it in front of me.
Sticking?
Something like that.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it's called. But they had said that security guard wasn't actually injected with drugs. He passed out after a blow to the head. So I guess the good news is somebody just jacked him in the head.
The bad
Okay.
news is journalism's dead, and people keep reporting the non-fact.
Yeah, so I wanted to get that out there, because yesterday I talked about that and what to look for, and I said, boy, that's a real troubling thing if that catches on, where people were taking anything from fentanyl to the roofie, whatever that's called, and those kind of things, putting in syringes and just coming up and hitting somebody real quick. It's such a small little syringe and needle too that you wouldn't even know. And you know, we've got so many festivals here. I mean, you got Tortuga coming up this weekend. That doesn't seem like the kind of crazy place. I don't think, I would hope, but you don't know anymore.
Good Lord, you pray.
Yeah.
My mom used to freak me out about going to the beach, because she'd always say, look out for dirty needles. You don't want that thing pricking your foot.
No, yeah. I mean, it's a twofold that's bad. You not only have the drugs, that are in there. But yeah, if that's been in other people and somebody's got any kind of blood disease, then yeah, would you contract that?
It kind of made the beach not that relaxing.
Yeah, I could see why. I could see why. And I thought this was a good, helpful list. If you're one of those people that loves Ultra that they do in Miami, the EDM festival, or you're going to be going to Tortuga, or they got the Okeechobee Music Festival. We've got, what, at least 3?
A lot, yeah.
Big festivals that we do. And I don't think you're seeing anything like that at a Sun Fest or anything like that. It doesn't seem like it's that kind of, it's not packed in there to that level. But NPR come out with a list of how to stay safe from a crushing crowd, which I thought was interesting. There's a couple good things in here. And look, it doesn't have to be that you're at Astro World. I've actually been to some sporting events and things like that where a lot of people are trying to get out and people can be drinking a lot. And, you never know what could happen. I know if somebody goes to some of those soccer matches, they get some crazy stuff with the fans as well.
I remember back in the day at Flirts, it was a dance club here in West Palm Beach. They have college night, and it was insane. You couldn't move.
Yeah.
And anything was to have ever gone down, that would have been
rough.
Yeah,
yeah. Something could happen where you wind up in one of those situations thinking, I don't go to those kind of events. But you never know when an event you wouldn't suspect could turn into that kind of event. They said a couple things. One, keep your eyes open. One, just look around you. And a crowd is too dense. You have to measure this. You need to know when you need to get out. A crowd is too dense, they say, when people are touching you on both shoulders or on several places on your body at the same time. If you just feel you've got 4 or 5 bodies that are pressed tightly against you, that is not a good place to be. You're in a situation where if there's a wave of anything that happens, and that's the one thing they'd worried was their panic and people just started pushing for whatever reason. You're in a troubled place. And they say, get out as soon as you can. When you notice that the crowd is this dense, you got to get out of that environment. The other thing, don't push. They say the key is moving with the flow of the crowd. You know how they talk about when you get swept up in a rip current? How they say go with it, don't fight against it. Kind of the same thing if you're in one of these crazy mob crowds. You can't try to push back against it. You definitely can't fall down. You've got to just kind of go with the flow of the people to stay in the stream. They say also avoid walls and solid objects. Don't go against anything that you could get crushed up against. A lot of the people they find in these concerts in these venues, it'll be interesting to hear the details of the 8 dead from Astro World. Where were they? Were any of them pressed up against something? Were they down on the ground? They said also keep space around your chest. That's when you get a lack of oxygen and people are passing out and then falling down and getting trampled. And they say also help others whenever you can. You're going to see somebody around you that is going to need assistance.
Did you see the Linkin Park clip that's been going around?
There's been a lot that have been circulating, and I did see that. That was the one where they had a mosh pit going, and somebody had fallen down in it, and they stopped the show, which a lot of people would be interesting to see. Really, that's what performers should have that awareness to do. And you should have someone that's a spotter that's keeping an eye on the crowd to say, hey, you need to stop your performance and point this out because lives are in your hands when you're a performer at these big venues.
They stopped the show, Linkin Park did, and they go, what do we do when someone falls down? And they put the microphone out to the audience and they all go, we pick them up. And they go, what do we do? So they weren't playing at all.
Yeah, they were training their crowd, and that's
amazing.
That's really what it takes. So, knowing these kind of things going into some of these events, and we do have, like I said, we're getting into the festival season. It's going to be coming up here pretty fast. Probably these kind of things could be very handy to keep in mind. I'm just fascinated by these. If you love gossip, it's just kind of interesting to have a little window into people's lives to see what they're doing, what they're thinking.
Yes, we love gossip.
Maybe it makes you feel a little bit better about yourself, too. Hey, look, nobody around here is perfect. I'm telling you, man, if we just really were completely honest about the awful things that we've done, we would all be shocked. We'd be shocked with each other. I'd shock myself if I just said it out loud.
When you realize everybody's messy, though, it makes you feel a little bit better about your mess.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, gosh. So messy.
I like hearing the honesty. And this text we just got in, 877-979-WRMF, they confess that they want their child to be popular in school, so they buy her all new items that the cool kids had because I don't want her to know what it's like to be considered a loser or get bullied in school like I was.
Oh,
well, just because you wear stuff to school doesn't mean you're a loser. That's the wrong way of looking at it.
She thinks that if her kid has on the right brands and the such, it will remove another reason why kids could bully or taunt or tease. She said, I do, though, make sure that she gives back to the community so she won't turn into one of those people who think they are entitled. Okay. That is her confession today.
Yeah. I just, the whole loser, I'm not a big fan of that word loser because you're not wearing name brand stuff.
Yeah, but I mean, if we're all honest, I remember back in my school days, there were kids that were teased that had the off-brand stuff.
Yeah, that was me.
That's why you got to pretty and pink it. You got to make your own stuff and reverse it. Turn it on everyone. Make your own clothes.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
My mom was making my shirts, and that's what I got teased for the most.
My mom made my clothes, too, and I got teased a lot.
Your parents made you guys clothes?
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. Well, wait till you wear your own mom-made clothes. Did your mom make that? Yes, she did.
When I was little, they were cute and little flurry little dresses. But then as you get older, you're like, this ain't cool no more.
Everyone's wearing all the latest Jordache, and your mom's making you a blouse out of a pillowcase.
The thing I do like, though, I like that schools a lot of times do uniforms now. That, to me, evens the playing field for the most part. And then, they do have, for kids that don't have the money, they have where other people will donate uniforms and you can go in and then pick them up for free. And that seems to take away that element.
Totally.
Which I do like when that happens.
What if all of a sudden our company goes, all right, Kev, I want uniforms for everyone. Everyone's going to dress the same. Are you for or against that in the work field?
Strongly against it.
Strongly against it.
Yeah, we had that at our old station way back in the day. And we used to have to wear these station shirts. It looked like we worked a hot dog on a stick. And
they were terrible.
They were terrible.
And
looking.
they were men's shirts. So how's that fair to the female employees?
Let's not listen to a sexist thing.
Didn't like it. A couple other confessions. Somebody's confessing. They said, I can't stand my husband anymore, but I don't know how to leave. He's manipulative and knows the right things to say to get me to stay.
Oh, boy.
Wow. How about that, huh?
Well, you know it. It's because you're talking about it. So.
Yeah. But apparently every time she starts to head out the door, he says something, manipulates her, and she's right back in it.
Sounds like he is a great lover.
Wonder. Somebody confessing, they said, I've been driving by my exes every night to see if he's dating anyone new.
Uh-oh.
It's not stalking if you don't get caught, right?
We've probably all been there, right? We've probably all done that.
Back in the day, yes.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Now we just go on Facebook and look and see what their new girlfriend looks like.
Yeah, and then wait in the rain outside. No, I'm just kidding.
This confession says, when we met, I told him my number was 2. He was relieved. It was actually 13. Oh, well, we're married now and have 2 kids. He still thinks I'm at 2. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I wonder if you say, oh, no, I know what my spouse's number is. Do you really know what their number is?
No, there's a lot of people who are lying. I'm not saying everyone is, but there's definitely people driving around right now who's lied about their number.
Say it out loud, and does it sound good?
Just don't talk about your number. That's your own personal story.
Yeah.
You don't have to share that.
Mm-hmm. Somebody confessing here saying, recently I've cut my excessive drinking down to the level that I've been pretending to actually be drinking at for years. I feel amazing, but I can't tell anybody why. Wow. Like, I don't know. And we always, especially when you go to the doctor, how many drinks do you have per week? I don't know, maybe
2.
maybe 1 or 2.
One of these days, I'm going to be honest and horrify my doctor.
Oh, yes. You're walking out with a Hanley Hazelden brochure.
Well, they're going to say they can't help me. It's too late.
Yeah. Somebody else confessing, saying, I've been spray painting small rocks 24K gold and then dropping them in high traffic areas. I then go back later to see how all of them are gone and imagine the excitement each person must have had, if at least for a second.
Wait, they're throwing them. Where are they putting them at?
They're painting rocks gold, and then people think they found a gold nugget.
I think is what they're trying to say.
No.
People are already doing that anyway. I don't
Yeah.
think anybody would fool that for real gold.
People know it's not gold. They just think it's gold paint.
I found a painted rock. It had a nice rainbow and a little fish on
People
there.
are doing
and
that, yeah.
Sunshine.
People
I found
do
it.
that,
I think
yeah.
on a trail. I was tickled. I loved it.
And
Yeah.
people leave that a little rock for you to find to brighten your day.
And then there's a Facebook page. They say to take it and post it up there so the person who did it, they can go back and check. Big, oh, cool, they found it, brighten their day.
I want to say it's like West Palm Beach Beach rocks.
What if you went the other way and you did horrifying rocks? You pick it up because I'm watching you everywhere with a big eyeball. too creepy.
It looked creepy.
This text says, while my husband and I work, my mom watches our kids at home. Sometimes I tell her I'm working from home, but I actually took the day off and I play on my computer in my room. Okay.
Everyone needs a little time to get away.
True.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Another confession here says, I can't stand this girl who thinks I'm her best friend.
That's rough.
Ever been in that situation?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. This is kind of eye-opening, too. Somebody's confessing here today said, I just got out of prison, and you would think I'd love the freedom, but I miss my friends and having someone to always talk to. It's really lonely out here.
You know what happened? He became institutionalized.
Dang. Okay.
It happens. So just ask Brooks from Shawshank Redemption. He couldn't make it on the outside. He's going to commit a crime to go back to prison.
Yeah. Okay. And another confession here. Somebody said, I'm a professor and I gave my students a project to create a game. One group gave a prize to whoever won their game, and it was a bottle of wine. In the moment, I didn't really think about it, but we do have minors that attend the school, and long story short, the girl that won the bottle was under 21, and I didn't realize it until after she left with a bottle of wine, and I never saw her again. I even tried to call her to get it back, but she didn't answer, and I've not said a word about it ever since, knowing it could cost me my career.
I know that move.
Wow. Okay. Giving out booze to minors.
We did a KVJ street stunt.
Should you stop talking?
Yep.
Yep. Should you stop talking?
It was so many years ago.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It was oodles.
Yeah, the kid today's got to be at least 20.
He can almost legally drink.
Dude, you just confessed.
He was so happy. He just drove away on his big wheel and said, Mom.
Look what I got.
It's quite a funny story, but for another time.
Yes, for another time. Oh, a lot of people making confessions here today, and an email where somebody wants to know if they should confess. Do I tell my sister that her fiance is gay? Now, this email came in the mail at kvjshow.com, said, my sister lives in Austin, so we don't get to see each other as much as I'd like. The pandemic only made the visits even less frequent. In addition, she met a guy in that time, and they've been inseparable and were engaged 6 months ago. Their wedding's going to be in March of 2022. Now, I've never met her fiance until I finally went to see her over the weekend, and let me just say that her fiance and I really hit it off. We seem to have so much in common. He's really into fashion, just like I am. He's also a major Ariana Grande fan. Then when we finally got into talking about Lady Gaga in House of Gucci, it dawned on me, wait a minute, is my sister's fiance gay? At that moment, he lets out a yes, queen. And I thought, there is no way this guy is straight. My sister was so interested in me meeting her fiance because she's kind of expressed some concerns about them marrying. She thought maybe it was just cold feet, but I think that my sister really knows that her fiance is gay and is just waiting for me to tell her. But telling her is freaking me out because I've got no proof. That also feels like an accusation that I can't come back from. What if they still marry and then my sister knows that I think her new husband is gay? Look, I love my sister. I love her fiance. I just don't think it's meant to be. Do I let her know?
I mean, he could love all those things and love yelling yes, queen, and be straight. I mean, just because all those things are, evidence against him doesn't mean he is a gay man.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. I think this is very circumstantial in every respect. I don't have any siblings, so I don't know what that bond and that obligation might be like if you have some kind of concern. Do you voice it to your siblings or do you keep it to yourself?
Mind your own business on this. I think there's nothing to go on.
Yeah, I mean, you got to get more concrete evidence that he's into a gender that's not your sister before you go.
And also, too, I mean, maybe he's bisexual. There's a lot of other questions you can ask. But maybe he's just straight that likes Ariana Grande. I guess I'm confused because he didn't admit that he's gay. She's just thinking that.
She's stacking all this together, and she is just like, her gaydar's going off. She doesn't think her sister has one, or maybe if her sister has one, it's muted. She has some kind of reservation about marrying this individual. And this girl who sent us the email thinks that maybe her sister knows that she is engaged to somebody that might be gay, and she's just waiting for her sister to come to her and confirm it.
What the sister needs to do is sit with her sister and say, okay, I know you said you had reservations. Let's just make a list of all your reservations and go over them. Let her verbalize the issues to you. You just sit there with a pen and paper and play secretary, and you write everything down, and then the two of you discuss each line item, line by line by line. And, you know, if his sexuality comes up, then it comes up. But you don't put that out there until your sister says it.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of ways in these tough conversations or things like that we don't talk about where you don't have to say a thing. You can just ask a few questions that are leading questions, and then you can find out, okay, well, you kind of mentioned that maybe you were like, okay, am I getting cold feet or whatever? Let's talk that through.
What are the reasons for the cold feet?
Right.
Line by line. Let's go over them.
Yeah.
Because I want to help you, and I don't want either one of you to make a mistake.
Yeah. So, I mean, to answer the specific question, do I tell my sister their fiance is gay? My answer would be no.
No.
Yeah.
Because you don't know.
Right.
And that's a pretty strong thing to say.
It is.
Without any kind of evidence other than he likes Ariana Grande and House of Gucci.
Mind your own business on this one.
I would agree with y'all as well. All right, ever got something you want to get a little feedback on? You can send us that email, mail@kvjshow.com.
There's a lot of dumbass criminals to talk about, baby. It's the whacked out news. People breaking the law. Fighting in the nude. Drunk people pooping in the street. It's the whacked out news.
Yeah.
So many people on meth. Ow.
Do we have another invasive species in South Florida that we need to talk about?
The crocodile.
Oh my gosh, wait, what's going on here?
We will croc you?
We have a croc, y'all.
Yeah, we do. And it's a place that maybe you've hung out before. I know I used to take my kids swimming here like several times a week. The North Palm Beach Country Club.
Oh, crocs love to go in the pool at the country club.
I feel like they do like a country club.
Yeah. Yeah, they have seen a crocodile now. Not an alligator, a crocodile that is living in the golf course's ponds.
Aren't the crocs even meaner than the alligator?
I don't know. There are some differences with the snout. I think the teeth. I think the attitude might be a little bit more aggressive. I don't know a lot about them. How all of a sudden do we have crocodiles? Aren't some of them? Can some of them go into salt water?
Yes.
And they're protected. So that's the thing. Like, you can't just relocate them like you can do with the alligators.
Right.
Are they a horny species to where... And the reason why I asked it is because if they're getting it on...
They hump you, then they eat you.
Well, if they're humping left and right, now we've got a croc problem.
Well, they do act differently. They always warn you when it's alligator mating season because that's when the gators get real squirrely. So is it on the same season as the crocodile?
And are they like rats where they multiply when they reproduce? If a crocodile has babies, is it a lot of them? Is it a lot of eggs? What's going on here?
I think they do lay eggs.
They do.
Do they lay just one or do they lay like 5 or 6?
Probably multiples, would be my guess.
Yeah.
Dang.
Didn't think I need to brush up on the crocodile, but apparently I do. I'm going to look into that.
Sorry, kid.
Where does the crocodile class start?
Yes. And what is the crocodile's favorite color?
Yes.
And we can't move him. So if he wants to golf, if he wants to go to the 19th hole, the bar, if he wants to go down the water slide, I mean, I think you got to let him have run of the country club.
Free reign. They do go wherever they want to go. Yeah, it's a federal law.
And I obviously, clearly, I don't know much about the croc, but it does look like it has nothing but murder in their heart. They look mean.
They seem like they're a little bit more cantankerous than the alligator. So that's a new one we'll have to deal with, the crocodile. Now, the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission has posted a sign to raise awareness. Okay, the sign says, if you can read this, you're about to die. Thank you, Florida Fish and Wildlife. They say that if people avoid the crocodile, then there should not be an issue. Right. Yes.
That's what they say right before the mauling.
Yeah,
Yes.
well, where am I going to wear my fried chicken floaties now?
Yes. So there you go. Crocodiles now in South Florida. A guy from the Netherlands was on vacation in South Africa when a highly venomous cobra bit him on his snake while he was going to the bathroom.
It bit him on his junk?
Yes, it did.
Snake on snake crime?
Snake on snake crime.
Oh, my. Did it think it was like
A hooded
attacking another
Yeah.
He's mating.
predator?
Oh, yeah? I don't know, but my goodness, that is tough. So I guess the good news is at least we don't have cobras in South Florida yet.
Oh, they're coming, baby.
I know.
They are coming,
Yeah.
and they're bringing hell with it, Virginia.
Yeah.
Did the guy live or did he die?
Somehow he's recovering. I don't even know.
But is he, though?
I know. He's never going to be the same. You just don't ever come back. I can't even imagine the night terrors I would have.
He's never going to pee outside again.
No.
Everything.
I don't think I'd ever pee again.
Well, everything long.
I would forever wet my pants.
Everything long that you see in your life. I mean, oh my gosh, snake. Every long thing I would see.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Don't throw a stick at him.
Or that's how you mess with him. I mean, if he's your boy.
There's a new study out saying that humans having sex on the beach can be damaging to beaches.
And your BHs.
Sand in your privates.
Yes. It's tough.
It's dangerous.
They say that even just things like human waste and byproducts can actually damage the beach, plus plants when you're rolling around in the heat of the moment. And then a lot of people leave behind some kind of trash. So they're trying to discourage people.
Yeah, we've done beach cleanups. We've found prophylactics, and it's gross.
It is.
There's nothing more than,
Yeah, it's gross.
It's so gross.
There's a 70-year-old woman in Minneapolis that allegedly threatened a state trooper with a fake gun made of duct tape and tin foil.
Girl, what are you doing?
She's going through it because right after she did that, she climbed onto a bridge over an interstate with a bottle of tequila in her hand.
oh my gosh.
Good Lord.
That's a day, huh? That's again, watch how much tequila you consume.
Well, and shaking a fake gun, they don't know it's fake.
No.
And if they think you have a gun, they shoot you.
How many different ways is she trying to die? First, she's drinking tequila. That alone could take you out. Then she's got a fake gun, and then she's standing on a bridge over an overpass.
Wait, just even take the gun out of the equation. Her on the bridge with the bottle of tequila is enough to go, what the hell's going on?
Oh,
up there?
yeah. You don't have good balance on tequila. I know. There's a woman in Texas got angry on Sunday because the soup she got from a restaurant was too hot. So she did what any unsensible person would do. She responded by throwing it in an employee's face.
She threw the too hot soup on an employee?
Yeah, luckily she complained so long that the soup cooled down a bit so it didn't burn the employee.
But the employee said the spices of the soup blinded her temporarily, really hurt her.
Oh, my.
Man, you don't want soup in the face.
She was complaining because she said that the plastic was melting in her soup.
What is the matter with people? Don't you know when you get soup, it's hot?
I can't believe it.
Oh my gosh.
So people that go to the comedy club. Wait, they're trying to make us laugh?
Wait, was your ice cold?
There's also a lawyer that got into trouble. His suspenders kept setting off a metal detector while he was trying to enter a courthouse in Pittsburgh yesterday, and he refused to take off his suspenders. Then he got into a heated argument with security, and then when he finally took them off, he also took off his pants, said, "Fine, I'll take everything off."
Oh, my.
Suspenders are like a woman's purse to a man. Once you become close with your suspenders, it's hard to let go.
I mean, why is this guy really holding on to his suspenders so hard?
I started wearing them during the Grimsley movie, and I get why people like suspenders. It's
Okay.
Oh, it's
So it's a good addition to your look.
Are you aging in dog years?
I'm going through something.
You've accelerated.
The attorney was arrested for disorderly conduct. This is kind of embarrassing. Your moment to shine. You get on national TV at a college basketball game. You're at the Garden in New York City, and ESPN cameras come to you. You got a beer in hand. They're like, chug, 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 chug. And he does. He's like, good, 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 good. And then as the camera's still on you, go,
Oh, he threw up?
He tries to catch it. And all you see is this guy writhing.
Oh my gosh. I need this video in my life.
Maybe nobody saw it.
All right, let's go back to the game.
It's on the Jumbotron.
They put it right on the camera because that's what's happening now. You know, even some pro athletes have done that where they throw them a beer, they chug it, they knock it down, they look super cool. They did this guy in his big moment, the shiny Ralphs.
How embarrassing.
Yeah. Are we surprised by this? A poll found that 1 in 5 remote workers have been under the influence of drugs or alcohol while they're on a Zoom call for work. 20%. Think about all the Zoom calls you've done. 20% of those people have been high on something.
Yeah, what do you think's in that coffee cup? They're at home.
I actually think that number's low.
Yeah, that's a low ball.
Yeah. 28 million Americans would rather run naked through their office than reveal their pay. How about that?
Wow.
That's how much people want to hold on to that secret, huh? It's kind of odd.
No, I'd rather reveal my pay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
To run naked? Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want no one seeing this.
At the front.
Not the back either. Ain't no Swiss picnic either, Mama.
Yeah.
Someone stole my ass cheeks.
And someone who is thankfully not running naked is 105-year-old Julia Hawkins. She just set a world record in the 100-meter dash by completing the race in just over a minute, becoming the first woman 105 years or older to run the event.
Good for her.
Yeah, amazing, huh?
I'm going after her record on Wednesday. World record Wednesday.
Oh, you are?
I want to see how well I do against her.
You're going to take out a 105-year-old?
A win's a win, dog. I'm a big believer of padding your stats.
I mean, how low is our bar?
Right.
It's very low.
He has a triumph beating a 105-year-old woman.
In your face. He tries to chest bump her.
So?
It'd kill her. She was bummed. She was hoping to finish in just under a minute.
Oh, bless her heart.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm taking her down.
Your record's not safe. She had actually set the world record for the 100-meter and 50-meter events for the 100 to 104-year-old age range in 2017. But in September, another lady broke that. So she wanted to go out and break the one. So she holds now the one for 105. And honestly, for 105, she looks better than I do today.
So do you think I would even break her record? Or
Oh, yeah, I think so. Yeah, I saw her running. It's like a 105-year-old running.
You believe in your boy then?
Yeah.
Barely, but yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. I feel good.
Yeah, he beat a 105-year-old. Yay.
KVJ's double your paycheck.
We're looking for Andrew Hoynes of Boynton Beach to double up a paycheck. And I guess we have Andrew here with us. Hello, Andrew.
Yo, what's up?
What's up, Andrew? You beat the clock, man. You're going to double a paycheck.
Oh, that is awesome. I can't believe that.
That's so cool. Yeah, it's I tell you what, man, it's like just getting free money just for doing nothing, no extra work. It's like you just take next week off and be all good, man. You doubled up a paycheck, bro.
I can't believe it. Oh, my goodness.
Any plans with your newfound money?
At the second? No, nothing.
Okay.
I'm sure my wife will figure it out.
Oh, yeah, she will definitely help you out with that.
Dude, let's
Don't
go
worry.
out. Let's go out and do something fun.
Yeah, don't tell your wife you won, and you and Jay-Bird go hit the bar.
Yeah, boys' night, and then we'll do a
Let's
contest.
go.
We'll pay for your divorce. Yeah, that'll be a lot of fun. Okay, well, enjoy that money, okay, Andrew?
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it so much.
Beautiful. I love that. We just got to keep it going, though. We got our first winner. I'd like to see 5 winners today because you got 4 more chances. Randy's got a shot at 11 a.m. and 1 p.m., and then Nikki has got 2 more shots, 3 and 5 p.m. So I'd love to see a winner for all 5 chances to double a paycheck today. Let's do it. Talking about money, people are rattling on about how expensive their pets are. In fact, 2 in 5 pet owners say their animal is just as, if not more expensive than raising a child.
I didn't, I had Chewy probably 3.5, 4 years, and I can't tell you how much money I spent going to the hospital and to the vet on. It's so expensive.
Oh, it can be crazy,
If you care about your dog and if your dog's got issues and, you got to pay for those issues, it's very expensive.
It just depends upon what's going on with your dog. My daughter has a friend that got a French bulldog. I think she paid $10,000 for the dog.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. And then the dog had some kind of was it a cherry tomato, something or other, some problem that I guess Frenchies get. I think she dropped about another $3,000 to $5,000 on that. There are all these kind of issues that the dog had. And so I think she's about 15 plus deep on this dog. Had it maybe a year and a half.
That dog's a Toyota.
Yeah. No.
If I looked into how much I spent on Chewy, I would easily hit $10,000. Easily. Easily.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of an interesting comparison because 2 in 5, 20% of all pet owners say their animal is just as, if not more expensive than raising a child. Now, I don't know if they've raised children and they know specifically, and I guess it could be. But if you look on average, how much are you spending on your pet's basic needs every year? Food and medicine and all those kind of things comes to a total of $4,500 on average.
Yeah, and then if you throw in any other kind of medical thing. See, for me, Chewy unfortunately would have issues late at night.
You're not average.
You'd have to go through emergency.
Right.
If you have to take your pet
the
to an
emergency vet.
Yeah, right.
That's so expensive.
Yeah, you're on the high end of it. My daughter, who also has a French Bulldog, hers has been relatively normal and affordable. So her friend has spent a lot more on her Frenchie than my daughter spent on hers. So, it all depends. But $4,500 is the average annually for pet owners to spend. Now, they say raising a child in America on average, $12,980. So even though you feel that way, it's not true. A child on average is more than double a pet in America.
Especially when they're younger and you have to pay for childcare while you work.
Yeah.
That is so super expensive.
Right. I did the whole thing early with my twins of putting them in kennels, and apparently they told me pretty fast you're not allowed to do that.
You can't take your twins to doggy daycare?
Yeah, no, unfortunately. I was like, well, this is just convenient. Caitlin, get in there.
Well, I get it. Try to
Crate your twins.
Yes.
cut costs. I get it.
Yeah, throw some cereal. Yeah, you'll fine. Right? You'll be fine. They say half of the respondents spend more money on their pets every year than they do themselves. Would you say that in that one last year of your dog's life, you spent more money on the dog than you?
110%.
Yeah. A lot of people feel that
Although
way.
I did buy a house, but we're not going to count that.
No.
That would.
Okay. Yeah. Guess Jaybird's not so weird after all. He texts dead people.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
I don't think you're weird at all, especially if somebody passes away unexpectedly and you were close to them and you had a text thread going with them.
Well, I'll send birthday messages to loved ones that's passed on, or if I hear a song on the radio that reminds me of them, I'll go, hey, Aunt Ann, I just heard this song, blah, 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 thinking of you, or on a birthday. But I brought that up to a few people, and they thought it was weird and morbid. I don't at all.
No, I don't either. I see people all the time leaving messages for people who died on their Facebook, and I mean, it helps the people that are here that miss you. Get their feelings out.
I think it's cool too. I'm always waiting for a response back, even though it's not going to happen.
That'd be weird if you did. What if you got to answer back?
I don't know.
Well,
great.
you could if someone got your Aunt Ann's phone number.
Yeah, but then I'm saying if you got a text message back and it was on it, hey Jaybird, I'm just eating some chicken parm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you got that kind of response back.
Yeah. It is a crazy, weird thing. I'm still, going through it and trying to sort out my feelings that are so weird. My mom died, 2 months ago, something like that. I think it was like 10 weeks. My dad will pretty much call me on, I think it was on Sundays. Like, it's been 10 weeks since your mom passed. And
it's still very fresh.
It is. And it's, you talk about that. And I don't think I've fully sorted out where I am with it yet, because it's fresh enough for me that I still keep feeling like this is some weird bad dream and that I'm going to get a call from mom and then it's just going to pick right back up. It's like, okay, it's just been a long time since I talked to her. And so I'm still in that stage. And Dennys just got everything off of her laptop. I'm using her laptop now. And so I have all that. I keep that. She's still in my phone directory.
Well, that's just it. She's still so in your life.
Yeah.
And it's still very, very new, too. But even all that stuff with just doing the computer stuff, that does something to the mind. It weighs on you a bit.
Yeah, it does. And I just wonder, if there are stages and is there a place, will I forever have my mom? And, you have that thing on your phone for it's the most important numbers. I've just got
your
basically
favorites, yes.
Yeah, your favorites. I got just family and the KVJ show and there you guys, and I just keep looking at it. I'm like I don't know if I'll ever move mom out. I haven't called the number, but there have been times where you've thought about it, and I've been kind of that way when you said that you're that you text dead people, Jaybird. I haven't done that yet, but I've kind of thought about it. I'm like I don't know. It's all just so weird. And I still got a stack of people sending sympathy cards on my desk. I finally hit a wall where I'm like, I just can't. Thank you guys so much to anybody that sent a card, and I feel bad, like I need to open them and pay the respect to people, but I just hit a point where it was just too much.
People
after
understand
a while.
that. Everyone handles grief differently.
Yeah.
And anytime you lose a major player in your life, at least for me, it makes you hit the reset button. It makes you ask yourself a lot of spiritual questions. Am I doing things in my life that's making me happy? Things about your own mortality. It's ours to lose, Tiger.
Are they watching me?
Yeah.
What do they think about how I'm living?
It just makes you think about a lot of deep stuff.
Especially your mother. That is a big influence in your life, Kevin.
It is, yeah.
You were an only child. You were very close to your mom. You talked every single week, and it's just it's hard. It's not going to get easy anytime soon.
Yeah, but the good thing is throughout time, you'll feel better about things.
And I assume there will be different stages. And I really think if I had to label a stage I'm in right now, it's still denial. There's still, I would say 80% of me has accepted that she's passed. I'd say 20% is still like, no, I mean, some way, somehow, you're going to hear from her. It's just weird,
It is
it's weird, man. I understand.
And because it's so tied into COVID, that adds another layer of weird.
Right, because, without this god-awful disease, my mom would still be with us, It was something out of the ordinary that took her out.
So every time you hear about COVID, you think about her, and then it's like you can't get away from it.
Too, it's the holidays. Holidays just brings nothing but family memories. I get it.
Going through the first one with that.
What's your dad going to do? Is your dad going to come see you at all for the holidays?
Dad didn't leave Logan, so I got to readjust. So I got to figure that out. I don't know yet. It's in my plans to get up there to see him at some point. Hopefully maybe I can get the whole family to go, but I don't know. We got a lot of people to take along with us. So at some point I'm going to go up there and do that. Luckily, my family wasn't such traditionalists that it was just so Christmas was, this or that. So I'll figure it out. So at some point, probably week of, or, I don't know if I'll actually be there on Christmas Day, but my dad's very content with firing up FaceTime, and, I'll probably prop him up on that in the corner, even if we're not there on Christmas Day. So we'll get through it. But yeah, a lot of people saying they do this. Somebody said I text my dad after he died, and I also messaged my friend on Facebook after she was killed. I can't explain why, but it felt comforting.
And that's all I think we're all looking for while we're on this crazy rock. Just some little peace, a little hope.
Whatever gets you through. Yeah, whatever it does to get you through. So, so it's all good. I get it. You're not weird if you're doing that. You ever had a car with weird quirks? I think if you've ever had a car that is a little bit older, you have probably dealt with this. I know that I have. I used to have an Isuzu Amiga when I first got to town. And the car was probably about 10 years old, had a ton of miles on it. It had been all over the country and back several times. And it had this thing after a while, I don't know what was going on with it, but the car would rev itself when it was idling. So I would be here in South Florida, pretty new to town, in this car, and I would be at a red light. And as I'm sitting there idling, waiting for the light to turn green, my car would go, and I'm like, oh, stop it. I'm not touching the gas or doing anything. I'm just sitting there because it looks like I'm trying to invite someone to drag race me. And sure enough, like a Corvette would pull up, and he looks over at me, and I'm like, brum, 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 brum. He's like, does this guy really want to race me in a Isuzu Amigo? Sure enough, the light would turn green, and the guy would blow me off the blocks, and he'd be like, what a sucker. What is that guy doing? I would want to crawl underneath. I would often duck underneath the steering wheel. It was so embarrassing. I'm like, stop it.
And it had no air conditioning.
No air conditioning.
And so you were sweaty, and now you were challenging people to drag races.
Oh, it was terrible. It was so broke down. You have the AC, and I didn't, fully appreciate a South Florida summer. I remember on Village Boulevard, close to where I lived, they'd have the sprinklers on, and they weren't adjusted right, and they would shoot out into the street. I would just roll my window down, and I would drive over to where they were and just get hit with the spray. It was the only way I could cool myself down.
I don't know if you've ever had a car with a large hole on the floor.
Floorboard
Oh
hole.
my
yeah.
gosh! I had a Phoenix. I don't know if you know what a Phoenix. I think a Nova Phoenix. It was called. It was a piece of crap. The biggest hole in there, and anytime you'd go over a water puddle, it would spray my crotch so hard. It was redunculous.
Yeah, I couldn't drive my first car when it rained for that reason. Rusted out floorboard.
It's kind of like my own homemade bidet when I'd be driving.
If it was nice outside, you could drive it like Fred Flintstone did.
Oh, yeah. No, absolutely. Jaybird, you said that right now, even your car has got some weird quirks. It's doing something odd.
Yeah, my Jeep, all of a sudden I'll be driving. And I'll be on it's never right when I start the car. I'll be driving, and then all of the locks in my car start going crazy. The front, the side, the back, open, lock, close, lock, and then it stops out of the blue.
It feels like a ghost thing.
That's what I said.
Are they going up and down at the same time, or are they inadvertent? Like you might have the back go down, but the front's still up.
It sounds just like it's going... It's moving the...
Do they all do it at the same time? Or
No.
do they... Okay.
But it'll go to the side, then it'll bounce back to the back.
Oh, wow.
Then it'll go to the front.
Yeah, that's ghost.
That's ghost. Yeah, that's definitely ghost.
That's not malfunction. We're going to rule that ghost.
You're possessed.
I don't know anything about cars, but I would think a malfunction would do them all at the same time. More than if it's random like that. That just feels odd. Anybody who knows about cars can sound off.
Definitely possession. Definitely Dark Lord.
Everyone always thinks I'm possessed, and I just don't know why.
Some people have texted in about their weird, quirky car. Somebody said, I once had a vehicle where I had to start it with a screwdriver. My dad got the car from his friend, but never got the keys. Yeah, he was a little shady. We always assumed the car was hot, but never knew.
Oh, I think it was stolen.
You had to put two wires together to honk my horn. It wouldn't honk without doing that.
Yeah. I remember I had a buddy in college, and he had a Dodge Dart, and the door wouldn't stay shut. And if you would take a corner too fast, that the door would fly open, and he forgot to tell a date that he had one time.
Oh, no.
With that, and he took a hard left. She was holding a pizza, and all he saw was her tumbling out the back and pizza flying everywhere.
Oh.
Was the pizza okay?
No. She would not get back in the car when he came to pick her back up.
I don't blame her. She's like, I'll walk.
She just, her and her tattered dress walked home.
I had a car that had a major gas leak, and I drove it from Fort Lauderdale to Gainesville. And by the time we got to Gainesville, me and my buddy were real high. And it was not a good kind of high. It felt like we were growing fur on our teeth and bones. It was an odd high.
Yeah, somebody texted in and said, I once had a car that sprayed gasoline out of the back.
Oh, my gosh.
It'll make you high, dog.
You better hope nobody around you smoking ciggies.
Yeah, a guy behind you on a motorcycle.
Oh, my God. Guys on motorcycles love to smoke ciggies.
Yeah, terrible. And somebody else said, my car catches on fire if I go above 47 miles an hour. I'm glad you got it so specific. Oh, yeah, weird, quirky cars. So many of us have had one at some point in our life. People text in about their weird, quirky cars. Somebody said I had a car with a horn that used to blow itself when you put on the brakes.
I had a horn that blew itself too, man.
Oh, that's the worst.
Awful.
Oh, yeah, you're just trying to brake. I remember we did that little prank to Ann that one time where we connected her brake to her horn, and every time she was trying to stop behind somebody, it was laying on the horn. Remember that? She couldn't figure out what the heck was going on.
Yeah, it's an easy prank to do, actually.
Yeah, a lot of fun. Somebody else said my car makes a coughing, farting noise every time I make a turn.
Oh, that's rough. If you have a loud car, you hate looking out the window because you know everyone's looking at you.
Yes. Keith in West Palm Beach said my car muffler was so loud I would play music even louder with my speakers so I could ignore that it needed to be fixed. It's a good way to cover it up.
I always believed if the music covers up the problem, there ain't no problem.
It's true. Somebody else said I have a car where you can only open the doors from the outside. If not, the battery will die.
We call that a murder car.
Yeah. Wow. Well, today is Veterans Day, and there's a new poll that asked if you saw a person in public wearing a U.S. military uniform, would you approach them to thank them for their service? Okay.
Yes. I would. I wouldn't make a big deal of it, but I would say it with respect and quickly, and then move along.
Okay. Are you a yes on that, Bird?
I unfortunately have no idea what we're talking about. I came to the party a little late.
Okay.
What are we talking about?
Would you, if you saw a person in public wearing a U.S. military uniform, would you approach them and thank them for their service?
I think it all depends on the moment. I don't want to make it awkward for anybody. If you're in the middle of a McGriddle, I'm not going to, sir, excuse me, or ma'am. But yeah, if the moment presents itself, absolutely.
Yeah, I think that's it. It's just, what is the moment like? I hate making people feel awkward.
Yes.
And that's tough. And I would say, if I had to be honest, I probably would not. Now, here's how it breaks down. 23% of people said they definitely would. And, I think my dad is kind of more on that. And it's not that, he served, he's a veteran. So maybe he looks at it differently than I did.
Sure.
I got flagged and didn't make it in, so maybe that's my thing. But I don't know if that would change. I think it's just my approach to it. 26% said they probably would. 25% said they probably wouldn't, and 14% said they definitely would not.
If it's a situation and with someone in the military, they start talking to me and they're kind of bringing stuff up, that's what I would feel appropriate.
Right.
But I would not randomly just go up to somebody, because I've heard people in the military tell me not every one of us loves when people do this. It kind of makes me feel uncomfortable.
Engineer Keith in our chat room said, I always feel awkward when people thank me for my service. I did it for free college. I did end up a lot more patriotic, but it just feels weird. And I would think for most people, if you don't know them, I would think it would be weird. If I were having a conversation, I'd want to know more about what they did, and I'd probably be like, hey, man, that's the ultimate sacrifice. I do look at that. I come from a big military family that pretty much everybody has served. So I definitely have the appreciation, but just walking up to somebody I don't know and thanking them for their service.
You're opening yourself up to an awkward moment.
It is.
You are.
So I'd rather just thank you on the radio. And say, thanks, veterans.
There's a Curb Your Enthusiasm episode where everyone in the circle thanks the guy for his service, but Larry David is like, they go, thank you for your service, thank you for your service. And it gets to Larry David and goes, hey, nice to meet you. And it turns into a big thing.
Of course it does, like everything. Well, this is cool for Veterans Day. The mortgage group Veterans United just gave 11 homes to 11 vets who've gone above and beyond to give even more back to their communities. They decided on the 11 homes because of the date. Today is 11/11/2021. So that's a really cool, nice story for Veterans Day. All right, today's not only Veterans Day, a very special day. It is our producer Denny's birthday.
Denny!
Yeah.
Happy birthday to you.
Did we get him a cameo of a weed plant talking to him?
Oh, that'd be fun.
That would be pretty amazing, wouldn't it?
No, we just got him weed.
That would be even better.
Yeah.
Some argue it's better than money, because then it's there. You don't have to go through any kind of hassle.
Cut out the middleman.
Yeah, you're right.
Better than money.
It does. It does. I got a couple other birthdays out here. In fact, a quick one to Jacqueline from Gabrielle, sending a birthday wish. And also, it is Sammy's birthday.
Aww.
Big 5. That is a nice little photo with him there with his Bucky shirt on.
Nice.
Yeah.
What a great place to spend your birthday.
There you go.
If I was that kid, I'd be very happy being at Buc-ee's.
Amen.
Yeah, so we got good stuff. I believe we got cake.
We do have birthday cake for you, Denny.
Oh,
It's
wow.
here
It's here.
at
Yeah.
work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Want
Yeah.
to get down?
Dog, do I want to get down?
Yeah.
Bring out the camera now.
That Pop-Tarts with butter was an appetizer. You're getting ready for the cake.
That butter made me kind of nauseous. Too heavy
Butter
on the,
Pop-Tart's not a good thing for you,
Well,
huh?
you drank it.
way heavy on the butter. Not enough on the tart.
So we'll get to the After the Show podcast coming up live on YouTube. You can check it all out there, get it on demand too, and any place you get your podcast, or you can get it on the free 97.9 WRMF app. Bird, with your best bud sitting beside you on his birthday, what's your thought, my friend?
Happy birthday, Dennys. Happy Veterans Day, everybody. To our veterans, we don't know them all, but we owe them all.
Amen.
USA,
USA, USA.
The KVJ Show on 97.9 WRMF.